Good morning, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this work, and I really appreciate each and every one of you and your incredibly beautiful comments. A few updates. So the 18th of September I have my intermediate tarot class. I have told the people who aren't suitable for intermediate that I will run a beginner's class in October. So that one is already becoming quite sort of in demand. But for the intermediate on the 18th of September, I'm about 3/4 full. So if you're wanting to join us for that, I do keep the maximum at 10, just enough to read for each other, but not too many. And that will be on the 18th, which is Saturday, 9 to 12 p.m. If you're in other countries, it's more likely Friday evening. If you're interested in that, please whip me over an email and I'll make sure that you get it entered in. Now, just be aware that everybody does that at the last minute, so we always get a bit of a run in the last week. So we're coming up to the last week now. So if you are interested, I won't be probably running another intermediate until probably next year now. 25th, Linda and I, the Psychic Pinup, and I have got a live platform event on the 25th. It is on Saturday morning again and round about the same time, so we can include people from everywhere. We're limiting numbers. We've brought the numbers down this time so we can spend more time with you. So I guess it's a bit of a learning curve for us. If you're interested in that, you will get a reading, and that is on the 25th. For those now who are booking for me, you can now book directly through my website at www.theaussiegoddess.com. It does have a Calendly calendar in there, so you can actually pay, book and do everything you need to do for your reading. If it's a taped reading, obviously you don't have to worry about the time zones, but if you are after a face-to-face reading, you will need to check what time it is for you in your country. I read for somebody in Abu Dhabi the other day, so I'm pretty impressed. I seem to have got into countries I've barely had much to do with, so it's pretty beautiful, the journey. And the thing I didn't mention yesterday, which I knew that I'd missed something, and it does come to me later sometimes, is that I did have a competition up on my Facebook page, or do have a competition up on my Facebook page for reaching 16,000 on YouTube. Thank you for all the people who've entered. I'm going to try and draw it probably on Thursday, and that person will get half an hour face-to-face reading with me. But if you're interested, you can whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and enter into that. So I always like to make it a bit of a competition, gives everybody a fair go, and it's a lot of fun doing that anyway, and I love reading people's responses, so I get a little bit out of that too. Okie dokie, we're going to use the Universal Celtic Tarot for your reading, and we have the Chariot coming straight out the gate there. So the Chariot is a card that represents the sign of Cancer. In this particular chariot, in this particular deck, the Chariot is moving very quickly. In the traditional tarot, the Chariot is always at a standstill. And the idea behind the Chariot is that you need to have everything in order before you can move forward. So it's sort of like getting your opposing forces in order, your yin and yang. But in this particular deck, that Chariot is humming along there. So let's see where it's going. All right, 5 of Wands. There is something here. You could have some conflict with a Cancer, so let's put that out there first. But the 5 of Wands for me more often comes across as a card of self-conflict. It can be with conflict with other people, but it's not like a fighting conflict. It's usually that bickering sort of energy. But very often for me, it comes up in, energies of, do I move forward? Do I take a plunge here? Is there something being given to you, offered to you, or something you've been considering and you're going backwards and forwards with the 5 of Wands, trying to make a decision on it? It could be that you have come up with some sort of idea. It could be that you have an opportunity to go towards. But for some reason here, this 5 of Wands tells me that you're sort of in a place where you're questioning it here. It does look like going forward with a relationship here. King of Wands coming in, Leo, Sag, Aries. I feel like some of you may be deliberating on some sort of opportunity. It could be in job, could be work, it could be going out in business of your own here with the King of Wands, but it could be a person that you are trying to consider whether it's worth moving forward with. Maybe you have, you know, doubts, maybe you're unsure of what you want, but definitely something in that regard. You more than likely have had some sort of contact from this person. Yeah, see, we've got the Nine of Pentacles here. I feel like you've got some sort of contact coming through from either a fire sign or a Cancer here. You are considering what you want to do with this offer, and whether you should take it up or not. I also feel that this Knight of Swords energy is representing perhaps the energy of a conversation that needs to take place. We do have the Sun coming out behind that and the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like somebody's very interested interested in building with you. I do feel that they want to invest in your situation. They do feel a great deal of joy in your company. But I also feel here there is this energy of you either doubting the person, but more likely not really sure that you want a relationship with that Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you're feeling like you're in a really good place at the moment. It's not the right time. But definitely feeling here you're questioning it more than anything. Okay, and we have the Three of Swords here. Well, that sort of says for some of you, this would be past hurts. And it's really interesting because I often think if you're still carrying around these past hurts, you either need to go back and do your healing, or you may have to understand that the only way you can heal is by taking a chance. You know, some of us don't want to move forward with things because we don't trust our own feelings. But when I see the Three of Swords, I feel you may be turning your back or denying something because you're fearing something happening. And of course, fear isn't real. There is an acronym for that as well. But fear is not real. It's something that's installed in you at some stage of your life, possibly in early childhood, where you may have parents that made you fear everything. I hear parents doing that. Don't step there, this may happen. Don't do that, that may happen. Like, and you think, you know, there's a certain amount there's a certain amount we all have to learn by taking chances on things. And sometimes if you're constantly holding back just in case, then you are not giving yourself the opportunity to maybe experience something really good or beautiful. And I feel like here, this is what's holding you back. This fear of being hurt, fear of being in pain, maybe fear of rejection if you've been rejected in the past, fear of being let down. Five of Swords here. Wow, okay, Page of Wands and the Star. You may be about to walk away from something that could be incredibly beautiful here. You may be almost ready to pack up on something because you don't trust it. And the Star card's here. So the universe is saying, look, we've sent you this. We really think it's beautiful. It's right for you. You should be going for this. This is about healing. It is about having faith and trust. But more so, if you're in this energy, maybe it's a bit of a lesson around, you know, trusting yourself to make the right decision. You're never going to protect yourself from everything around you. It's impossible. So why not just, and this is why I say to people, if you're scared, just go forward and live each day as it is. Don't try to predict the future. Don't look back at the past. Just live for the fun you're having in the moment. And that way you can at least enjoy it. But rest assured you are smart enough to work things out. Be the observer. Don't get lost in your emotions. Just go with the flow here. Because I feel like if you walk away, you're going to miss out on something pretty incredible here with this Star card. Okay, so I have the Two of Pentacles coming through. What with the Seven of Pentacles? Oh my goodness, I feel like the universe is saying to you here, You've asked for this. Why are you ready to sabotage it? It really is. The Seven of Swords here. It's like you've manifested, you've requested something here. And the universe is obliged by sending you exactly what you want here. But this Seven of Swords, you know, aside from the fact it can talk about, for me, self-sabotage, or, you know, looking the proverbial gift horse in the mouth, it's sort of, for me, feels like here that you may not feel that you can trust anybody. There is real, and this is where you need to go back and do healing. So if you're at this point in your life where you really don't feel like you can trust, maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board and ask yourself what you need to work on to rid yourself of this. Because whatever this is coming through for you, I can see you doing the head over heart thing where you're constantly checking in on your feelings, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing to be checking up on whether you're going in the right direction or not, but it's certainly, if you're thinking of moving away, then you may be sabotaging here something that's quite right for you or quite beautiful for you. Let's just keep going and see what the universe says. Yeah, there's the World card there. I like that a lot. You may be doing a bit of homework here with the Page of Swords, but you do look like you're going to take a leap of faith on this. All right, well, that's a good thing. So it has a beautiful, because I feel like here, the World card says that you've got some cycle, perhaps, of doing this. Perhaps you sort of get into situations and then rather than get hurt or get frightened, you back out. Oh, golly, my biggest example of this was I always wanted to go on a helicopter. I was fascinated with helicopters. But every time I went to book it, because at the time, I was a fearful flyer. So at the time, I was worried about like being on planes. I still went places, but I'd get myself in such a dilemma with that, you know, and give myself, like, make myself quite sick the day before. But I did that with everything. I was scared of everything. And anyway, so I wanted to go on this helicopter ride, and I finally, it was actually because someone else booked it for me and took me. I went on this helicopter ride, and I was lucky enough that I was in Oahu in Hawaii, and we flew across Pearl Harbor, which of course is a beautiful part of, it's very sad, but a beautifully maintained part of our history. And I took this helicopter ride, and I was so terrified. I thought I was going to pee my pants for at least the first 10-15 minutes waiting to get on the helicopter. And I was so nervous, I wouldn't even sit by the window because I was scared I might see something I didn't want to see. And by the end of the flight, I'm like, is that it? Is that all I get? Is that already an hour? Whatever the time was. But no, it's finished, and I loved it so much, and I couldn't wait to go back to do it again. It was the most incredible moment, overcoming that fear. And I say to people now, if you get a chance to do a helicopter ride, it's fantastic. Next time I want to do it without doors on the helicopter. I just thought it was the most amazing thing. I mean, the guy who took us up flying took us into all these tiny nooks and crannies to see waterfalls and things you can't see if you weren't flying. And you couldn't do that in a plane. So I was absolutely so impressed with it. I just wanted to go back. And I guess that's what we're seeing here. It's this energy of you, I've always got a fruit fly, this energy of you sabotaging something that's probably going to be really beautiful, but you're not trusting it. And quite seriously, I think that the universe is saying to you here with this destiny card, this feels like the universe saying here, we've sent you what you wanted, you asked for this, you've been manifesting something like this, and now we've sent it to you, you're questioning, don't sabotage it. But I do see you sort of doing a bit of research here. You may, if this is a person, you may not quite trust the person. If this is a job or an opportunity, you are definitely researching the backside of it, trying to work out whether it's something you want to jump into, but you do have the Fool card. So you're going to take a leap of faith at this. All right, so you've got an opportunity to move forward here. Now you want to move forward, but you're questioning whether it's right for you. Now for some of you, this is definitely a new opportunity in regards to a relationship. For others of you with the King of Wands here, we could be talking about a business opportunity, a financial opportunity, definitely. But whatever this is that's coming towards you, you're considering whether you're better off staying where you are or whether you sort of step into this with the Nine of Pentacles. I do feel with the Sun here that maybe you are considering in terms of financial opportunity. So if this is about work for you, you may want to jump into this. But whatever, I feel like here, oh, how interesting. You've co-created this with the universe. So you've asked for this, the universe has provided, as it does. Probably not quite in the shape or form that you wanted it, because I do see the Devil card here. So it could be with the Wheel of Fortune and the Devil card that perhaps this hasn't come quite in the form you asked for. So, and that sort of says to me here, you know, not all of the opportunities you ask for will come as you ask. It could be possible that this is a very, a much better opportunity, or I want to say, Spirit is saying to me here, a very fine opportunity. So I feel like you're being given something here that you've asked for, but it just hasn't come in the exact shape or size that you were requesting, let's put it that way. All right, so on the Fool card we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, so you look at the Fear, Queen of Swords, definitely the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Wands. There you go. So you are starting to look at it from a different perspective. You are starting to understand that you have been hurt in the past, but rather than just cut it free, you're trying to understand how to bring your passions to the forefront and go for something, and that will take you to the Fool energy. So very nice. You just got to sort of find your passion here. I feel that's what you need to do. It's like understanding, you know, what makes you tick. Is this right for you? Whatever it is. All right, and we'll pull a love one just in case for some of you this is an opportunity for new love. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Interesting. All right, what does this card say? That you are dearly loved is an eternal truth. For in the grand cosmic scheme of things, only love is real and only love will remain forever within our hearts. Love does not judge you, it just unconditionally loves you. It is the true wisdom of consciousness. Seek shelter in love and you shall hear the song of spring and be guided by its sacred sound. I feel like here they're telling you here that if you love yourself, you can do whatever you need to do. This is about you investing in yourself here. So self-love is the answer. You can manage anything if you love yourself in a very good way. All right, so there is friendship coming through here. And it talks about nurturing the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So maybe here this is an opportunity at new friendship for some of you, but it also may be an opportunity to turn friendship into love. So I will leave you with that. Thank you.